Here is Joao Raineri for drums Bonedo, and we're going to be talking about playing softly. That's something that a lot of jazz drummers try to achieve, because most of the places that we ended up playing are places that it is difficult and we have to adjust to the room, and most of that has to do with the dynamics, especially lower dynamics. A lot of players talk about, one of them obviously is Mark Juliana, and he says, if you think you're playing soft, then go softer. And when you get to the point that you're already playing super soft, then you can even go softer. And I spent a couple of years thinking about how to go about this and learn how to play soft. And I talked to a lot of my teachers and a lot of my colleagues. And today I want to go over 3 things that really helped me on achieve that sort of crispy, intense, but also super soft playing. So the first thing is a Jim Chapin exercise. This is like I think everybody that seeks that kind of language stumbles upon Jim Chapin and this exercise, and it's called Power Triplets. The drummer that gave it to me was not Jim Chapin himself. It was Michael Griner, a drummer out of Berlin that teaches in Dresden. And it's you'll see here, there's a PDF attached to this video, but it's almost like a around the drum set exercise, but he told me, if you can play this really soft, then you can play anything soft, because it deals with the whole motion and you're cross-sticking everything. So I'm gonna play this thing, and I'm gonna be feathering the bass drum as soft as you can, really taking the beater just a little bit out of the head and then playing it, and then the hi-hat on 2 and 4. Quite literally a soft playing jazz exercise. And this is how it sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks a lot more complicated than it actually is. We're only playing single strokes, so no doubles anywhere. And it's also cool to explore the whole dynamic range of this exercise, like so. And I don't know if you notice, but like the louder we go, the tendency is to go a little bit faster, to rush the beat a little bit, and then the softer we go, the slower we tend to become. And so when I started doing this exercise, I recorded myself, and it was like a huge shock for me, because I could really hear how I had the tendency to go backwards in time, as far as timing goes, whenever I wanted to play soft. And this exercise really showed me that, and it was kind of cringy when I first heard it. But anyways, so I did with the metronome, either like with the all quarter notes being played, being clicked by the metronome, or gap clicking or randomizing it if you have one of those metronomes. And then what I started doing to be a little bit more on the bebop language is to place the tom here in the offbeat, so on the last triplet note. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, I did. So the one note that always repeats itself at the same place is the tom, and that is on the offbeats. And it gives a little bit more that flexibility that bebop needs. So yeah, that one, and you can tell like I can't really play super soft. I'm still on my way to that kind of range that I envision myself being. And then there's the second exercise, and this is like an exercise that is good not only for soft playing, but as balance, intermixing in the whole set, and that is the Max Roach quarter note exercise. And I feel like many jazz drummers go through this exercise. I know people who practice this exercise to this day, some that practice exercise every day for, I don't know, 3-4 years. I certainly did my share of time playing this exercise, and it's good for concentration. And two players that I really liked gave me this exercise. One is the one that I already told you guys, Michel Grine, and the other one is a American drummer, John Hollenbeck, also a composer. So you play everything unison. All the limbs, meaning all the instruments on the drums, you play at the same time, and you're not trying to flam anything, so you don't go or that kind of stuff. You really want to reach every single instrument at the same time. And what you do, you play this very slowly. So I started at BPM 40, and then I worked my way down to BPM 33. But you know, every now and then I would try to accompany a song with this unison vibe. So what it is just that's the exercise. But then what you do is I'll play the quarter notes a little bit faster. What you do is each limb will stay the same, and then you select one limb that will play the whole dynamic range. It goes louder to softer again. So let's just say my right hand is the one that will play the dynamic range. Well, everything stays the same. And the tendency is that as the right hand goes louder, everything turns louder. And this is the predicament of this exercise, that is to keep everything as soft as you can, not flamming everything, and just motion the dynamic range with one of the limbs. So I'll play the quarter note here so you can hear the whole thing. It's a little bit fast, but you should be doing almost like a concentration exercise, intermixing exercise really slowly. Starts at 40 BPM, so let's go. As for the bass drum, because this is one that I have most difficulty, I practiced so long feathering that there was a point I couldn't really play too loud the bass drum, so I started doing this exercise for the bass drum as well. So same thing, let's try to keep everything as soft. The way I'm here right now, I'm not really happy with the way I'm sounding, but we'll do it anyways. So as you guys could hear, there is that tendency, especially in my case for the right hand, to accompany the dynamic range that the right foot is trying to do. So like I said, the whole predicament of this thing is to have control, have the ability to listen to your inner mixing, and also know how far you can actually go. Because we get accustomed to the dynamic range that we can comfortably play, but you can always go softer. And then the last exercise is one that actually my teacher here in Cologne, or my former teacher in Cologne, gave me. His name is Jonas Burgwinkel. And that is to play rudiments. He told me to play the first page of stick control. And in every passage, play only the right hand or the left hand. So we'll play like whatever rudiment we're going to be playing for 4 or 5 times. And then we'll do one passage of one-handed stroke, and then start the whole thing with the left hand. So what we're gonna do right now is just play doubles, and then one passage of only right hand strokes, and then we're gonna start the next double session with the left hand leading, and everything super, super soft, which in doubles is kind of hard, but we'll give it a try. So you guys noticed that sometimes I was playing like crispy strokes, but sometimes there were this kind of strokes where even though I only wanted to play one stroke, like more little like bounce strokes came. And so the reason why that happens is because I was not really holding the stick on the backwards part, and also I was a little bit tensing up. So this is one of the things that I found out while playing this exercise is how actually the softer you want to go, more relaxed you want to be. And it helps the Tony Williams grip, like gripping here, but you want to go with the normal grip that you usually play. So I'll give it another shot, and you hear that sometimes I fail strokes as well, and that comes also for not being relaxed. So we'll give it another shot. Okay, that was a little bit better, and I'm somewhat happy. The thing about playing soft is almost like a muscle. You really do need to be playing this in the best case every day, because it's not only something you have to work on, but it's also something you have to listen for. So training your ears is probably one of the best things that you have to do in order for it to work. You know, being relaxed, having this everyday routine of listening out for the soft playing in your own playing, I guess. But also when you're at the gig, it's important to keep that in mind because you want to really be able to give a whole dynamic range for the band. And the same thing goes for loud playing, but I guess like loud playing comes easier to most of the drummers. Soft playing is where, as drummers, we have a more difficult time. So I hope you guys can take a lot from this because this is one of the reasons why I either get fired for bands for playing too loud or I get the gigs because I'm able to adjust to the room and play as soft as the music needs to be played.